Today we are going to clean the coils and drip tray for our air conditioner. The tools for this job include a utility knife, a nut driver, 1/4 inch, small flat blade screwdriver, a spray bottle, in which case I used vinegar, and foil tape, the Ductwork kind, as well as a garden sprayer with just plain water. That's for rinsing.
Here is our air handler unit. This is a Lennox air conditioner, and you can see the area where we're going to be working. They do vary from installation to installation though, so just keep that in mind. Yours might be a little bit different. But where you can see this foil tape, that's what we're going to be removing, and that's where we're going to be working. So let's remove that foil tape. Same thing over here around the perimeter.
Now that the tape is off the front panel, we are going to use our nut driver to remove 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, those 5 screws. Oh, and 6. And it looks like I'm going to have to remove these 2 screws as well. Looks like just loosening them should do. Okay, now that all the screws around the perimeter are removed and those additional 2 screws over here on this weird little panel are loosened, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Pulling it upwards because it's inside of this lip here, so I got to pull it up to let it come loose. There we go. The inside has some insulation on it. Taking a look at what we have. Here's the coil. So this coil is arranged in a V. There are actually two coils technically. The V would be in this way. If you imagine one piece that way, one piece this way, you got a V that way. So you see only one of the sides of the V. There's no way to access the back of the other side. You kind of have to do it blindly if you want to. I did clean this last year, so the outside is actually pretty clean, but the drip tray predictably does have mildew in there, so that's what we're going to be spraying down, is that mildew. Otherwise it's not too bad. Now that I think about it, while I can't show you the other side of the coil and the V directly here, and I can't see it, I can put the camera in there. Let's do that.
So here is our view. You can see the end of the V-shaped coil, and you can see that there is a little bit of mildew on all the way on the left side over there. So we're going to make sure to spray that area.
Additionally, I am going to spray the back side of this insulation since it does get wet. I'm going to spray that as well. I will be using vinegar this time around. In the past I've used coil cleaner for the coil, and I've also used bleach for the drip area. I don't think it's that bad where it needs bleach, so I'm going to just make do with vinegar this time. One of the reasons I'm actually using vinegar in this case is it will smell throughout the house when you turn it back on, and since you want to be able to use the air conditioning system tonight, don't really want the entire house to smell like bleach. So vinegar is at least a little healthier. Don't forget the drain that's over here. I'm going to try to get some in there. Using the camera and the flashlight, I was able to see that we also have some mildew back behind where you can see here on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and spray blindly in that other area as well, back there. To get to the other side of the coil, the part inside the V, we have to take out that screw right over here. And I've previously actually had to cut this a little bit to allow this to peel up, because otherwise you can't actually access it the way this was put together. Okay, I had to remove both this screw here and that screw over there. Now I can lift this up and we can see it doesn't look too bad out there in there, but I will still spray it with a little bit of vinegar around the bottom. The coils look clean. Again, they weren't cleaned that long ago. Okay, so it does look better, the drip tray. I had sprayed it with vinegar and then afterwards rubbed it down, or wiped it down. Looks like it still might have some residual stuff that's almost embedded in the plastic liner, but it's better than it was before. We'll dump a bunch of the remainder of the cleaning solution into this drip tray here, because then it will go through the condensate drain over here and hopefully clear out any growth that's in there. That's where that goes. If you're wondering what this is here, the white one is an overflow. So in the event that your condensate drain is clogged, the water will not drip directly onto your floors. They will instead go into this backup drip area where you will hopefully be able to catch it before you start soaking your ceilings. Again, I'm using vinegar, but use whatever cleaning solution you prefer. Some prefer to use bleach. Others might have a special cleaner in mind. See what works best for you, or what your comfort level is, what you want to use. I'm going to use this sprayer filled with just plain water to hose down the coils. Okay, now we're going to close everything back up. First the two screws there, then we'll put the panel in, button it up, and I put new tape on it.
Now we are going to reinstall that cover panel. I'm going to lift it and lower it straight down and make sure the metal sections are overlapping properly. Let's get our nut driver and reinstall the screws. tighten everything up.
Now that we are all closed up, I have just turned the air system on, just a blower, not even the air conditioner, to check for any air leaks. There's a little bit something here. I'll close that up. I'm just running my hand along our areas where we opened it up and checking for leaks. There is a leak coming out of that area of air. There's air blowing out of there, so I'm going to seal that up.
Here is the final product, how everything looks.
That's it. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and also subscribe, and leave any comments for additional suggestions. Also, if you like the shirt that I'm wearing, Marcus Vespasianus Agrippa, Sword of the Emperor, be sure to check out my new Etsy shop. I've done all the designs myself, and they're all historical themed. I'll put the link in the description below. Thanks.